Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's My Guy Knows a Guy on the Frenzy Sports YouTube channel. Coming off of a break yesterday on Sunday, getting some things in order. It was a great weekend, though. Beautiful weekend. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Back to regular affairs in the NBA. We're close to the playoffs. We're going to see who really wants to separate themselves at this time of the year. We have ample data. Some teams are not trying to win. Be really, really careful this week. Before we get started, if you can, hit the like button and subscribe to the video. If this is your first time watching the channel, you definitely don't want to miss the content that we have coming up. Just getting back into the regular flow of things. Shout out to everyone on the West Coast. I know it's really, really early. Over here in Toronto, it's about 10 a.m. right now. We're gonna get through this schedule one game at a time. Just want to welcome some people into the chat right here. What's going on, Fo? I know you've been waiting for a few minutes. No Cap Don, my brother Dan, do it, my brother. What's going on, bro? You guys are the realists. You guys are the absolute realists. We're gonna keep going. Lots of games today. Some of these games are not too enticing. Some of them are just games you're gonna glance at on your phone. But I do have a few quality insights to share for these games today, and a couple of picks as well. So just hang tight, hit like on the video, and take a chance to watch the video later on a replay. It's been a great weekend watching college basketball. Really, really, really entertaining. Some questionable officiating, but I liked what I saw over the weekend. I really, really liked what I saw over the weekend. Just want to remind everyone that you can sign up for my premium newsletter, which is launching today. In the description below, in the video description below. And if you're interested as well as in joining my live betting Telegram group, you can also click the Patreon link in the description below. The last time I was on here on Saturday, Bobby Portis, not a very popular man right now. I thought we were on the right side with Giannis being out. The line went up to 17.5 points. Just a disaster for Bobby. He shot really, really poorly that night. We didn't see that same fire. They got ran at the gym by the Timberwolves. Also, Mike Budenholzer was up to no good. He did start Brook Lopez at the 5. He viewed that game as a good opportunity for Brook to ramp things up before the playoffs. Still a prized piece in the possession in the organization, even though Brook Lopez is pretty much over the hill in his career. I was a bit disappointed with that. So yesterday, not too much in the NBA, although I did like the Grizzlies. I did like the Raptors yesterday. The Grizzlies stomped the Rockets. Make sure I don't know why my name's not on the screen. Hold on. Why is my name not on the screen? Oh, okay, that's right there. Yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter at My Guy Knows a Guy. I'm gonna pull up some of the odds, some of the stats. I have some notes here, and I have a pick today that I really, really like. It's we're gonna get to that in a second. Let me just pull up some information. Also want to say that we have some really interesting guests coming on this week. Going to mix it up this week. I'm always on a hunt for the best information. This is, if you know me personally and if you know me personally, that's what I'm on. This is what I'm about. I'm on the hunt for the best information, the highest quality information possible. Always, whether the source of that information is through journalism or my peers. So we're going to try to step things up this week and bring some quality guests on and just bring you guys some of the best NBA insights anywhere. Let's keep going. Yeah, so I have this game up. I have some notes for the Blazers and the Pistons today. Not the most enticing game, but as you can see, the Portland Trail Blazers are 28-41 so far this season. Most of that sample size is inaccurate because of the amount of lineups the Blazers have played this season. They've pretty much had 3 different key lineups this season, especially after the CJ McCollum trade. So a lot of the capping that I've done for the Portland Trail Blazers have been since the CJ McCollum trade, which is rational, right? Which is rational. They're playing against a Detroit Pistons team that have morphed into covering machines as of late. They're 8-0-2. That's 2 pushes, so technically they're undefeated. If you're to use soccer terminology, they're undefeated over the last 10 games. ATS, 2 pushes, 8 wins for the Detroit Pistons. They've been revitalized. Their young players, some of their young pieces, Cade Cunningham especially, Sadiq Bey dropped 50 recently. It bodes well for this team going forward. They're probably about 2 years away from competing or moving up the standings, but this Pistons team, the play of their young core definitely bodes well for them. And I just want to make note that Jeremy Grant is not playing for the Detroit Pistons tonight against the Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers got ran out the gym by the Pacers yesterday. They got ran out the gym by the Pacers, mostly by virtue of the lineup that they're playing. When you're starting Ellaby, things are not gonna go very well. You have Josh Hart. He had an extremely efficient offensive performance yesterday. He shot 11 for 13. They still lost. He's only one guy. He's out there jacking up shots. This team has no defense. But this Pistons team, just to put my contrarian hat on for a second, I do think what they're doing right now is a bit unsustainable. I've been saying that for a week now. I haven't been betting against the Pistons, but it is remarkable to witness their ATS performance as of late. It really is remarkable, this turnaround. Let me pull up some of the notes that I do have for this game. The Pistons have won 3 in a row ATS. As I said, the Blazers lost by 31 points to the Pacers yesterday. They were also 7-point dogs. They're +7 today against the Pacers. I know I'm spending quite a bit of time on this game, but it is notable to say that the Blazers have lost 8 straight games on the road. They just don't have the lineup. Without Jeremy Grant in there today, the Pistons still have the edge, in my opinion, when it comes to the money line victory. But I'm anticipating some more funny business from the Pistons just going into the playoffs. Some of these games that they've won recently, just reading some of the reports, even from some of the beat writers, I'm not sure they wanted to win all of these games. You look at this Blazers team, though, they've given up in 10 of their last 11 games. They've given up 120 plus points in 10 of their last 11 games. This defense is absolutely non-existent. They're 9-26 straight up on the road. The only edge I could find here is to make a case that the Pistons shouldn't be favored by 7 against anyone. I don't care if they're 8-0-2 ATS over their last 10 games. I still think that once you get into the territory of laying 5, 6, 7 plus points in the NBA, for teams that are so far under 500, you really are paying a premium. This line really does. It just indicates how trash the Blazers are. How trash they are. I can't make a case for them. I'm looking at the notes right here on my screen. I want to take the Blazers in the first half. First half spread for the Blazers. Maybe a freakish performance like they put forth against the Nets, where the Nets had to come back and beat them. The 7 laying play. My recommendation in this game is laying 7 with the Pistons at this juncture is paying a premium, and I don't think that there's an edge there. I just don't think there's an edge there. Now, it is noteworthy that Josh Hart of the it is noteworthy. Let me make sure the stats are still on the screen. I can't even see the screen. I'm actually reading my notes, everyone. Let me get everyone in here as well. I'm going to check the chat in just like 2 or 3 minutes. I don't want the screen to freeze. So if you guys can share your insights, share your opinion on this game. What do you think about the Blazers and the Pistons? What do you think about this game? Is it worth betting on? Josh Hart is averaging 28 points per game over the last 5 games. It's because they don't have another player on the entire roster that can create a shot for themselves. Josh Hart has had an inefficient basketball career up until this point. He has a lot of fans, but this is a good time for him in his career to show what he's capable of doing, to try to get that next contract. Because Josh Hart, I do believe he is a bucket. He is a scorer in this league. I believe he dropped 40 even a couple of weeks ago, but he is averaging 28 points per game over the last 5 games. They don't have much else. They're playing a short. Chauncey Billups is playing a short rotation here as well. There aren't any props set for this game, but if they set Josh Hart too high, you may want to look at taking him under in this game. The Pistons will throw the kitchen sink at him. They don't have anyone. They just don't have anyone. Let me check out the chat. What's going on, Black Mamba? The Warriors getting screwed? Man, the ref was on cartel ref last night. Cartel ref last night for the Warriors game. No picks so far. I do lean towards Josh Hart under on his points prop total for the Blazers, but I'm going to wait for the line to actually come out. I can't recommend it until the line comes out. What's going on, Mr. Barlow World? Johnny Brasco, let's go. Let's get it. Justin Lopez, how you doing, bro? 360 Saucy. I appreciate everyone. It's early, man. It's really early. Turn on notifications on the channel as well. I have another video coming this afternoon. I can't wait for you to see it. I have another video coming this afternoon, another update. Let's keep it going. So yeah, back to this. Fade this game expeditiously, 100%. Just want to talk about the scheduling. Yeah, Detroit, they are a great first half team. I just feel like we're paying a premium with them today. Let's get off this game. Let's move on to the Hornets and the Pelicans. How about that? Just last minute injury news for the Blazers Pistons game. Corey Joseph is a game time decision. Hamidou Diallo is out, as we already know. But Jeremy Grant is out. He's out, and Justice Winslow for the Blazers is a game time decision. That's about it for that game. I lean towards Josh Hart under on his points prop total. That's about it for me in that game. I'm going to get to my pick of the day during the live stream. Hit the like button on the video and turn notifications on as well. Let's attack the NBA markets. The refs are up to no good. You guys see what's going on. The refs are absolutely up to no good. The last 2-minute reports for a lot of these games, sometimes I read the last 2-minute reports. Sometimes I read them. The NBA on their website, NBA.com, they provide them. It's really comedic reading. It's comedic literature over the last 7 days in the NBA, the way the refs have been officiating the last 2 minutes of these NBA games, even in the games that are blowouts. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so moving on to the Pelicans. Let me pull up some other data as well if you guys want to if you do want to see some metrics on the over and under as well. This is a Pistons team that has been scoring. Their offense has turned around, but a lot of that has been linked to them reinserting Jeremy Grant into the lineup. Jeremy Grant is not going to play today. He's not going to play today. And as I said, this Blazers team, they've allowed, as you can see down here, they've allowed 120 plus points in 10 of their last 11 games. Water. Their defense is water. Okay? Trash. Moving on. Stay away from this game altogether. I'm going to move on to the Hornets versus the Pelicans. Tough game. The Hornets blew out the Pelicans on the road about a week and a half ago, but the Pelicans were severely undermanned in that contest, everyone. They were severely undermanned in that contest. Yesterday, they go on the road without Brandon Ingram. They get an outright win against the Atlanta Hawks. Big game, big-time performance. They won outright. They destroyed the Spurs on Friday night. They beat them by 33, so they're winning by margin. They had a tough game against the Suns, but it's tough for anyone to play the Suns. Before that, they crushed the Rockets. So overall, in aggregate, they're winning by margin. You look at this Charlotte Hornets team, though, okay? They've won 4 games in a row, ATS. They're seemingly turning their season around. Big win against the Mavs. The Mavs were in a tough scheduling spot, though. That game was more so about it being a scheduling loss for the Dallas Mavericks as opposed to the Charlotte Hornets completely dominating them. I believe if the Dallas Mavericks were to play them today, we may get a dramatically different result with Spencer Dinwiddie back in the lineup. With the Charlotte Hornets, they still don't have a quality defense. You can't patch up their defensive issues overnight. They play with pace. They play with streaky three-point shooting, high quality transition action offense. Okay. But speaking of three-point performances, this team, the Charlotte Hornets, they hit 20 three-pointers against the Dallas Mavericks. 23s against the Dallas Mavericks the other day, and 5. I forgot the exact number, but it's ridiculous. 23s against the Mavs. 4 of their starters, I believe, hit 3 or more threes. They caught fire. When you get that version of the Hornets from the three-point line, it doesn't matter how bad their defense plays. They are blowing you out. They are blowing you out. Okay, Kelly Oubre, LaMelo Ball hit 5 threes against these guys. You have a New Orleans Pelicans defense, though, that is dramatically improved on the perimeter. They're dramatically improved on the perimeter. Devontae Graham is a game-time decision tonight. Brandon Ingram is a game-time decision tonight. Or, as I should say, questionable. Excuse me, everyone. I just had something to drink before I came on the live stream. I'm just excuse me. But this is a team in the Pelicans that's dramatically improved from the perimeter. Their perimeter defense. I'm not sure the Hornets can lay 6 here. I know they've turned their season around. They're moving up the standings. But this is a desperate Pelicans team, you know? Unfortunately, these are two teams. There's no official play for me right here, although I lean towards the Pelicans full game. A bit of a revenge angle here, improved perimeter defense, bad taste in their mouth. I lean more towards the Pelicans early in this game. This is a team that's improved on the perimeter, going up against a Hornets team that, I just don't like. These are two teams that are both, buy-on teams right now, two teams on the upswing. So something has to give tonight. Something has to give. Someone's going to cancel each other out, and we may have a quality spot to circle in the future for one of these two teams, okay? For one of these two teams. Now, let me just pull up some of the other stuff I have written down. It is noteworthy that the Pelicans have won 7 of their last 9 road games. They've won 7 of their last 9 road games straight up. Okay? Heavy lean for me towards the Pelicans. Should be a really entertaining game, but I lean towards the Pelicans early in this game. It's tough for me to endorse an outright winner in this game. The contrarian in me wants to sprinkle the Pelicans first half money line, or at least the first half spread. Hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're watching on Twitter as well. 100%. We're back in grind mode, bro. Soccer, Formula One, all kinds of stuff coming this week. International soccer, actually. Turn notifications on the channel. If you're a fan of sports betting, this is NBA betting today. I love the NBA, but if you're a fan of sports betting in general, make sure you turn notifications on the channel so you don't miss the predictions that are coming this week. And also for the people that want to take it a bit further, for the people that are want more service, want to take it a bit further, I'm still going to be sharing my pick of the day every single day on YouTube and Twitter. But if you want to take things a bit further with your live betting, okay? If you want to connect with someone that is a very astute live bettor, like very, very, check out the services in the video. Join my private Telegram. It does cost money, but nothing's going to change with the free stuff. And I'm not going to be one of those people that withholds their pick of the day, because we have a private service. I'm going to be sharing more picks, more live bets on Telegram, more on the newsletter. But other than that, let's get back to things. And forget Bobby Portis. Although Bobby Portis will probably snap in his next outing when no one bets on him. Just keep thinking about that game the other day. So moving on. No play right here in this game, but there may be some value here as well to bet on some of these Charlotte Hornets players to cool down. It's not popular to take unders in the prop market. 90% of bettors take the overs. The sportsbooks lick their fingers at that. It's one of their major profit grabs these days. The fact that no one likes to take unders in the props market. But I do think some of these players, maybe not Terry Rozier, but I do think some of these other players, Kelly Oubre, maybe Miles Bridges, will cool down just a bit against a more formidable perimeter defense in the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's see how things turn out tonight. This game should be very entertaining as well. We may have some quality live betting opportunities that present themselves as well. The Charlotte Hornets are a team that, I'll share one of my strategies. The Charlotte Hornets are a team that does not bode well when they're in live betting scenarios when they're up by 10 or more points. If you see the Hornets up by 10 or more points at the half, they are second half fades in game live betting, and that's one of the most profitable angles in the NBA this season. Actually, live betting. So let's see if the Hornets do get off to a good start. I don't think they will, but if they do, I may fade them at the half in game here. Very, very streaky team. And both of these teams are ascendant in the play-in tournament. Just want to share that. This is not an easy game to bet on. Just want to share that. Pulling up some stuff on the totals as well. Because the Hornets did hang 142. They scored 142 points on the road against the Pelicans just recently. just over a week ago. You can see it right here, 142 to 120. Moving on, though, Cavs, Lakers. While I pull up the odds, hit the like button on the video, everyone. Appreciate you. All right. We have the drama LA Lakers, the drama Lakers seemingly going through a different scenario, dramatic scenario in the media after every single game this season. It did not go how they envisioned. Still have nightmares about that win they snatched from the Raptors. That win was really, really important to us. It was important to the Lakers as well. They're 10th in the West right now. They're somewhat safe. It's not all the way locked in that they're going to make the play-in tournament, but it's highly likely that the Lakers are going to at least make the play-in tournament. I don't think it's very plausible that they catch the 9 or the 8 seed. So these games are definitely going to be about chemistry. They're going to be about health. They're playing a Cavs team that has slid down the standings since the All-Star break. After the Cinderella start they had, leading the East. At one point, for a good period of the season, they were, for like 2-3 weeks, they were first seed in the East. We all know that. They were cashing money for people left and right. LeBron is back home in Cleveland tonight. These guys lost to the Wizards without Kuzma, man. It was a back-to-back. It was a tough travel scenario for the Lakers, flying into Washington, leaving Toronto presumably late at night, having to go through customs. You get some mob stuff on the injury report. Kyle Kuzma out last minute. The Wizards come out after halftime trailing. I think they were down by 8 points at halftime. Wizards came out crazy. That was a live betting game. Looking at the game tonight, though, I think this total is a bit too high, everyone. I think this total is a bit too high. But one thing that's scaring me on the total in this game is that it's gone up. It was 222, 223 last night. It's gone up to 227, seemingly without any news. But it's just the market. It's the market reacting. This Cavs team has turned up the pace since Jared Allen has gone down. Okay, has gone down. They've turned up the pace. Earlier in the season, it was really, really early though. The Lakers, they did defeat the Cavs 113 to 101. And as you can see, LeBron has had his way. LeBron has had his way with the Cavs. Although most of these previous Lakers teams in these outcomes, as you can see by the date, most of these games, the Lakers had much better squads. Had much better squads on those outings, on those nights. The Los Angeles Lakers, it's going to be tough for these guys tonight, okay? It's going to be really, really tough for them tonight against this Cavs team that is a very, very good three-point shooting team since the All-Star break. Very good three-point shooting team since Jared Allen has gone down as well. They didn't cover against the Pistons, but it was a really, really bad scheduling spot for them, playing overtime in that comeback game against the Nuggets on Friday night. They came out the next night, lackluster effort at the beginning of the game. The energy wasn't there. Live bets start rolling in on the Pistons. People think that the tired legs are going to catch up to the Cavs. What do? After halftime, the contrarians struck in the live betting markets. The Cavs got it done. Big comeback victory. They actually outscored the Pistons 45-29 to close the game. Okay, so last couple of games, coming off the game against, this is a must-win game for the Lakers. We know that, but it's also a must-win game for the Cavaliers. The Cavs are locked into a pretty tough race right now with the Raptors, the Bulls, the Nets. Who is going to be in the play-in tournament? I have some interesting thoughts on the Bulls coming up. We're going to break down this Cavs-Bulls game in just a couple of minutes. But who's going to make the play-in tournament? Who's not? It's really, really, really interesting in the East right now. There's a lot of intrigue. I'm actually going to take a bit of time to talk about this a bit later because the East is looking crazy right now. There's a lot of jockeying, a lot of positioning. The Bulls have slid precipitously, okay? They've slid tremendously, okay? It's not looking good for the Bulls right now. The Cavaliers know this. The Cavaliers know this. The Raptors know this. They smell blood. I think the Cavs can get the outright victory today, maybe shake off the recent performance of the Lakers of sort of owning them with LeBron tonight. But I think the stronger play here may come in the under. I like the under in this game. I didn't bet it yet. I'm going to get to my pick of the day. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, William. Enjoy your day at work, bro. Get your money, Get your money. I want everyone to get their money. Everybody. Get your money. Extract your value, okay? Get your value out of whatever it is you do. Yeah, LeBron triple-double is live, although I do like his assists tonight. I think LeBron's assist could be a quality play tonight. I don't blame you. I like to anticipate when the Hornets are going to cover. I don't like to take the Hornets in scenarios where they're a bit, too public, a bit, on these crazy ATS win streaks. If the Hornets lose outright tonight, I won't be surprised at all. So yeah, I think we could get a slower pace today. Even though Jared Allen is not playing, I know both of these teams have been over teams as of late, but don't be surprised if this one edges under 227. It's gone up. I actually don't agree with the market movement in this game, especially with the way the Cavs have been playing defense after halftime. They would have to really get off to a strong offensive start in this game, a strong offensive start. I like the under in this game, and I like LeBron's assists to go over. Prop market was not available for that for me before the live stream, but I will check before the live stream is done. Injury news. LeBron, game time questionable as always. Pretty clean injury report, although the Cavs may get Rondo back for this one. Wenyen Gabriel, questionable for this one. Wayne Ellington and Talen Horton-Tucker, also questionable for this one. Yeah, it could be a scenario where, let's say they do get off to a blinding start, Samizi. Let's say they do get off to a blinding start and score 65, 60, something like that at halftime. You may have a live betting opportunity here, You may have a strong live betting opportunity here if they get off to a really good start. I'm seeing a quality trend of the Cavs clamping down after halftime. So just keep your eye on this game. I know you won't be keeping your eye on the Pistons Blazers game. So keep your eye on the Lakers Cavs game for tonight. Let's get it. LBJ 40 plus tonight. He's back in Cleveland. Be careful, bro. He's in that mode, though. LeBron is definitely in that mode. Like, if he drops 40 tonight, you can't. What are the odds for him to? Let me know if you can, just so I don't pause, BT. What are the odds for LeBron 40 plus tonight? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, Evan Mobley has definitely stepped up his offensive productions in the absence of Jared Allen. In the absence of Jared Allen at the 5, more direct pick and roll opportunities with Darius Garland. Darius Garland's coming off a game with 12 assists. The previous game, I think 6 of those assists connected to Evan Mobley. When you have a point guard big combination where the assist to scoring ratio proportion is half of a star point guard's assists are going to one player, that's chemistry. Serious chemistry between Darius Garland and Evan Mobley has been formed in the absence of Jared Allen. They may be figuring some things out as well. But he needs to hit the weight room, everyone. The Lakers don't really have the personnel to combat, to really take advantage of Evan Mobley being a bit undersized at the 5, or really undersized at the 5. But not really. He's still 7 feet tall. But the Lakers aren't the team to take advantage of that mismatch. But other teams have. Look at what Jokic did on Friday. Jeremy Grant just scored 40 against Evan Mobley. Jeremy Grant, come on. What are we doing? Plus 430. That's pretty tough right there. Once you get to that range, maybe 35 plus for LeBron. It can hit win or lose. Although if do they play tomorrow? Do the Lakers play tomorrow? No, they don't. Short card tomorrow. Why? Because he's going back? I highly doubt the Lakers ever traded LeBron. Like, what would that package even look like? Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. That's pretty reasonable. I like his assist tonight. I think LeBron has an opportunity against an undersized front court to really dissect these guys if it's a competitive game. If it's a competitive game. Yeah, I just had to reset my camera. I'm back though. Yeah, hit the like button, everyone. Help the video get as many likes as possible, as many people can see the live stream as possible. I appreciate you guys supporting the movement. Follow me on Twitter at MyGuyKnowsAGuy. And thanks for rocking with Frenzy Sports. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, as you can see, the overplay. If people taking with the over, it's pretty clear to see it's going to be a heavy public play to take the over tonight in the Cavs-Lakers game. Okay, the Cavs have gone over 4 straight times, and convincingly so by margin. They went over by 12 points, over by 17 points, over by 9 points in a few of their recent games. The Lakers games recently, they really pushed the pace on this road trip. The last 3 games have gone over the total that's set at the current number. It's 227. Playing against the Wizards, the Raptors, and the T-Wolves, 3 teams that also really, really like to push the pace, just like the Lakers do. One thing that is telling though with the totals is that this is one of the few situational scenarios for the Cavs where they have gone under at a pretty rapid clip, and that is them being at home. They tend to go under at home at a pretty high clip, although they have not on this homestand. Okay, I can definitely see JB Bickerstaff trying to get his squad to clean some things up defensively tonight, maybe forcefully play at a slower pace. Let's see how it goes. Heavy lean towards the under in this game for me between the Lakers and the Cavs. And I do think I have a lean towards LeBron's assists as well. We're actually going to move on to a couple more games, and we're going to get out of here, everyone. I'm going to get to my pick of the day pretty soon. Some quick notes on the Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers, the Miami Heat tonight. Will Joel Embiid play? Will Joel Embiid play? I was talking to my bro. I was talking to my bro Sosa, just talking about this particular scenario for the 76ers, back-to-back, 2 back-to-backs sandwiched together. Actually, not 2. Sorry, I was thinking it was the Mavericks for a second. It's the 76ers. But yeah, they lost against my Toronto Raptors last night, outright at home. I didn't see any passion from this team. I didn't see any passion from the 76ers last night. I saw a series of baffling errors, stupid errors from James Harden last night. The last 2 minute, you could have made a last 2 minute report just for James Harden last night if you were watching that game. Okay. People are asking me, did the Nets win this trade without Ben Simmons even playing yet? Did they win the trade already? I think it's a bit too early to go down that route, but it's definitely hard to cheer for this guy. I promise you, it's too hard to cheer for this guy. His teammates don't even really get excited when he does crazy things in the game. I didn't see any passion in Joel Embiid's face today, but this is a team that just lost to the Miami Heat a couple of weeks ago in embarrassing fashion. It was tough. This is a Heat team that's favored on the road tonight, -1.5. That line would indicate there may be some funny business going on the injury report for this game. Let me just pull up some stuff. Nothing yet, but I will remind everybody that's watching right now, the Philadelphia 76ers are the most egregious injury report manipulators in all of sports. Them, the Milwaukee Bucks, the LA Clippers, okay? This is what they do. So don't be surprised if one of these guys pops up today and does not play tonight. Don't be surprised at all. Oh, it's teamrankings.com. I use it to cap the games. It's one of the 3 tools I use to cap NBA games. I'll share the other two as well. 100% hit that like button. Come on, y'all. If you're watching on the Twitter app, take a second to subscribe to the YouTube channel and come over to Twitter, okay? And come over to Twitter. What are you doing? Doc Rivers special, 100%. Doc Rivers special, it could go either way. The Doc Rivers special, the Philly special could go either way, in their favor or against them. It's just when they defy the odds. The Doc Rivers special, Philly special, it's when they defy the odds and do things that no one expects them to do. When they take the public's money, this is what this team does. Yeah, Jimmy Butler is questionable, but it's reasonable to assume, if you've been following this Miami Heat team, it's reasonable to assume that he will return tonight. 100%. I'm not going to say 100%, but I say Jimmy Butler is playing tonight. The odds indicate that. And come on, man, he's load managed enough. You saw that tweet the other day. If you guys follow me on Twitter at @MyGuyKnowsAGuy, Jimmy Butler's the new Kawhi this season. This guy's not hurt. You know, it probably bodes well for Jimmy in the playoffs. We might get the best. We might get bubble Jimmy. We might get bubble Jimmy Butler this year in the playoffs with how fresh he's going to be, how rested he's going to be. This guy took the Kawhi route this year. So, yeah, just my thoughts on this game. I know I'm rambling a bit, but the Philadelphia 76ers tonight, going up against this Miami Heat team, a lot of respected minds that I follow, that I trust, are on the Heat, rightfully so. The Heat have made me money in 4 games. I cashed out pretty big to the All-Star break, like memorably. Okay. I'm a fan of this team on the road, 13-1 ATS on the road. If James Harden and Joel Embiid both play, let's say they're both one of the two are listed questionable, and then they both end up playing for the 76ers, I think the 76ers are going to win this game. They're going to pile dollars on the Heat side, and the 76ers are going to win this game if both of those guys play, if they tell us one of them are questionable first. It has to happen in that sequence. I know it doesn't make sense, but if you've been betting on the NBA for 2+ years, 3+ years, 4+ years, whatever it is, the 76ers, and even following the 76ers team, you know what I'm talking about. If they say Joel Embiid is questionable, if they say James Harden is questionable, and they pile the money on the Heat side, and then they end up playing, I like the 76ers tonight. I don't care. Yeah, they're not. That's also a factor in this. You know? And there's another factor is that you may get a worse line. If you like the Heat and you don't take them now, you may get a worse line if one of these guys pops up on the injury report. If one of these, so the -1.5 might be as good as it gets for Heat bettors. For me, I'm on the sidelines in this game, but I will tell you one thing. I did have Tyler Hero threes listed to go over. Tyler Hero threes, you'll get a better number when Jimmy Butler is activated. And Joel Embiid's points, if he plays. If Joel Embiid plays tonight, it is a solid endorsement of his health. It's a solid endorsement of his knee and where he is at so far with his energy at this point in the season. You wouldn't expect him to play in this game. It's like someone said in the chat, my dog Calder, where's he at? Yeah, my dog Calder in the chat just said, they're not trying to be first in the East. There is jockeying going on when it comes to the standings. But if Embiid plays, I like him to get back to his scoring ways. The man took everybody's money yesterday. Recent revenge. Joel Embiid prop may be better than even picking a side in this game if he plays. For real. He does not like the Miami Heat. He does not like these guys. I'm telling you. He likes Jimmy Butler, but he does not like the Heat. Richard J. said the NBA is always manipulating the injury report. I've been blindly betting teams with injuries and they still don't play. They don't want us to be able to cap the game. Yeah, there's a lot of. I can't say that for every game. For every game, Richard, but for the most part, you are correct. You are correct. And you can make a lot of money fading the injury report. You can make a lot of respected people that I respect. They have that in their toolkit, in the contrarian toolkit. A lot of people that I follow. You can make money fading the injury report. My dog HK, my bro J Money. These guys go. This is what we do. The injury report is half the game. Is half of the game. You know, they know you're going to overreact once you get that notification. When you get that notification, they know. Okay, I'll give you an example. Just while I have everyone here, just while I feel good, while I feel locked in. The other day, Bobby Portis. All right, pick of the day, 13 and a half points to go over. I kid you not. If Giannis played, it was going over. If Giannis played. Mike Budenholzer starting Brook Lopez at the 5, Giannis being out, and the line going up to 17 and a half was indicative of everybody jumping on that play. I knew later in the day, I saw it left and right. Bobby Portis, Bobby Portis, Bobby Portis, Bobby Portis. People were blindly taking him over 17 and a half, which was still a good play basketball-wise. I mean, they were playing the T-Wolves, right? Right? But it's not that easy. It's not that easy. They know, Giannis is out. Giannis is out. People don't know what the starting 5 is going to be for 4 or 5 hours. Giannis is out. What's the natural inclination of props bettors after that when the star big, Giannis, is out? To smash the over of the secondary big. This is what happened, okay? Hey, it's not an excuse, but if Giannis was playing, I'll play that bet again. But definitely apologies to all that tailed on that. I've mentioned Bobby Portis 4 times on this live stream. I've mentioned him 4 times on this live stream. Hit the like button, everyone. Hit the like button. We're going to get off this. If Embiid plays today, Embiid points over is the play. Moving on. My Toronto Raptors against the Chicago Bulls. Absolutely terrible scheduling spot, flying backwards across time zones. Fred VanVleet, load management. He's had pain in his knee since before the All-Star break. We all know this. He's scheduled to return tonight. If you guys don't know, the previous matchup in Chicago, Fred VanVleet did not play that night. He is from the Chicago area. That game meant a lot to him. I was very, very surprised he did not play that night. He sat out the last game with the intention of playing this game. He wants to play in front of his family. He wants to play in front of his friends. Okay, that's just a small piece of anecdotal stuff for this game. The line was 4.5. It's down to 5.5. This is a Raptors team that's extremely profitable on the road. They're very profitable with no rest. They're very profitable against the conference. Against the conference, okay? Against the conference on the road. They snatched a lot of bettors' money last night against the 76ers, but they did it with defense. They did it with defense. This is a Bulls team, okay? And if you guys know me in my group chat, just my friends, you guys know me. I'm not laughing at the Bulls, but you can't count your money early in the season. You can't count it early in the season. I'm gonna cash the Bulls team total season win total over 42.5. Okay, I'm gonna cash that with 2 more Bulls wins, but they didn't make it easy. Everyone, this is a team that really, really fell off. 2 months ago, the mainstream media was talking about the potential possibility of this team making a finals run. Okay, they brainwashed everybody with it. And just look at, as soon as their schedule got very difficult, they slid down the rankings. And it's very possible the Chicago Bulls, who were first place in the East 2 months ago, will be in the playoff tournament. Actually, that's my prediction. The Bulls are going to be in the play-in tournament. Not because of tonight. They could win tonight. It's really tough flying backwards across time zones. Especially, I really do project DeRozan to have a much better performance. Some of these guys are slumping. The defense is not there. Caruso is back. Where's the defense at? He's just one guy. One guy can't fix everything. One guy can't fix everything in the NBA. But just know that before the All-Star break, the Chicago Bulls had the easiest schedule in the NBA. After the All-Star break, they have the most difficult schedule in the NBA. It's a zero-sum game. It's a zero-sum game. Things get more difficult for you, your record starts to slide. On the flip side, this is a Raptors team that when you go back to about a month ago, about 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were having a difficult time to absorb the loss of OG Anunoby. We were having a difficult time to absorb that loss. We have figured things out in the absence of OG Anunoby, who is the best defender on the team as of late. We went crazy on the West Coast, man. Crazy. We swept a 5-game West Coast road trip. That's only the second time we had ever done that in franchise history. Okay. But it's tough for me tonight, even though the Raptors are 10-5. I'll share with everyone. You guys can go look it up yourself. The Raptors are 10-5 ATS on the second night of a back-to-back this season. Sharp line right here. But if you were to use the phrase due, this Chicago Bulls team is due. They're still 23-12 ATS at home so far this season. They've had a really, really bad run against much tougher competition. I faded them in 3 of these 4 games down here. The Bucks, the Heat, and the Grizzlies, I faded the Bulls in those games. Let's go. But tonight, I think that this game has a chance to go over. And I lean towards the Bulls to win the game. I know I have my Raptors hat on, but I think the Bulls will win the game tonight. Will win. I don't take juice money lines, and I'm actually about to move on to the game that has my pick of the day. But just wanted to share some of my thoughts on the current state of the Bulls, the current state of the Raptors, and I'll share my thoughts later as to why, basketball-wise, the Raptors have been so profitable recently. The Raptors are very good as well. First half ATS on the second night of a back-to-back. Very, very, very good. Very good. Also just want to, we have 120 people watching live on YouTube right now. I really, really appreciate everyone, all the support, all the love on Twitter, on YouTube. I just want to say that. Just thank everyone. Just what else can I say? I really, really thank everyone. It's tough to go independent. It's tough to do things on your own, but you have to respect it, right? You have to respect it. The person that chooses the more difficult path, you guys got to respect it. Even though some people may not like it, some of the choices I'm making recently with my own personal business, I still want you guys to know that I love everyone that shows love to me. You guys get that same love back. And, I just want to share my best. I just want to share my best. Just want to share that with you guys. Just want to share my best, keep the good times going. And I respect everyone that respects my business decisions and respects anyone that's just trying to make it in life, anyone that has an entrepreneurial mindset in this world. You guys got to really support and latch on to those types of individuals. Everybody that's in my circle that's doing things entrepreneurially, I'm trying to invest. How can I get in on the venture? If I can't get in, how can I support you? Support, bro. Karma is real. I know karma is real because I watched that Formula One race yesterday. That's an inside joke, but I know karma is real. Don't even play around with yourself. Moving on, though. Should be a very entertaining game today. I think the Raptors can snatch this one in the first half. Maybe the tired legs catch up to them, but Van Vliet being inserted back into the lineup does bode well for this team. Siakam has had some monster performances against the Bulls in the past as well. Keep an eye on him for this game tonight. Conflicting trends for me in this game. The Bulls are super due for a win. I really do respect Billy Donovan as a coach, but the Toronto Raptors are a team that is playing their best not their best basketball, because we've seen them turn it up one notch above this. You guys remember that stretch I'm talking about. So I'm just not going to stand in their way right now, but this may be a live betting game as well. Maybe a live betting game. I'm going to be live betting pretty heavily tonight. Let's get to it. Let's move on. Quick notes on the Brooklyn Nets Utah Jazz game. Hit like on the video. I'll be here for about 10 more minutes, everyone. Have to actually, go do something else, unfortunately. But quick notes on the Jazz Nets game. We have a Nets team that's been pretty incapable of winning at home. They've been completely incapable of winning at home. I'm going to look it up because I'm really, really interested. But But I want to know, is this the worst home betting team in NBA history? Is this the worst team at home betting-wise in NBA history in the Brooklyn Nets? Is it? Like, is that data available? Is it the worst team ever? 7-26-1. I've been betting on the NBA for 8 years. 6 years pretty seriously. I've never seen a team this bad at home ATS. But these are unique circumstances for the Brooklyn Nets. Very unique circumstances. One, they've had they're in the top 5 in terms of the amount of different lineups they put forth this season. They're top 5 in the NBA. They've had a tumultuous period of gutting their roster, moving James Harden. Then they have the issue with the vaccination status of Kyrie Irving and being unable to play. Although now it's getting ridiculous. I don't talk about politics and sports, but now they're starting to let baseball players play. Like if that they need to let Kyrie play these home games. They're really starting to trip out now. I wonder if there's some sort of corporate punishment going on right now as well. Not to put my conspiracy hat on, but it's just really, really crazy, the situation. But yeah, the Utah Jazz, as I said with the Celtics, if you guys are followers of this live stream, you guys follow me on Twitter. Why did it skip? Okay, that's working now. I said this Utah Jazz team was going to make a push going into the playoffs, partially because of just how bad they were playing in comparison to the expectations that we had for this team. Some had title expectations. I never had title expectations for the Jazz. The Jazz are trash. Rudy Gobert's trash. I don't care that they gave Rudy Gobert $205 million. I still think that's one of the worst contracts in the NBA. I don't care how many shots he blocks. If you don't give that to a player that can't give you at least 20. That's just my stance, okay? So he's an elite defender. I respect his abilities. There's a big difference as well because this team was losing when Gobert was out of the lineup. The schedule got a bit easier for the Jazz as well. Yesterday they played a pretty clean game against the Knicks. It was almost I think it was a wire-to-wire victory. I don't think the Knicks ever led in that game. They're going to get some reinforcements today. The Jazz, they're going to get some reinforcements today, potentially, and with Bojan Bogdanovic and Mike Conley today. We do have Kevin Durant. We have Seth Curry. They're going to be playing at home. Seth Curry, I believe, missed the last couple of games, injury management woes. I still give the Nets the edge here, partially because of this piece of info I'm going to share with you. Kevin Durant has not played a game against the Utah Jazz since February 2019. Okay? Kevin Durant has a distinct matchup edge. He has a history of flaming Rudy Gobert, of bringing him out to the three-point line and going to work. When he was at the Warriors, he did this mainly when he was at the Warriors, okay? I went back and watched some film. I had to go back to 2019. Rudy Gobert has a distinct – no, sorry, everyone. Kevin Durant has a distinct matchup edge against the Utah Jazz. He's going to cook these guys up tonight. I like his threes and his points tonight. I have an edge towards – I give the edge towards the Nets in this game as well. I like the Nets at the half as well in this game. I'm giving you some of the leans from my research. My pick of the day is on the way. Sorry to wait, but it's just the scheduling. If my pick of the day was the first game of the day, I would have just shared that. If it was the East Coast game, I would have just shared that. I'm not making you wait for anything. My pick of the day just happens to be a late game today. That's all. That's all it is, everyone. No gamesmanship, no gimmicks over here. And let's continue. Yeah, 8-point swing. That's the previous game. So just keep that in mind. Basketball wise, this is a Utah Jazz team that they're going to be ascendant going into the playoffs. Their 3-point shooting has improved as they get a bit healthier. This Jazz team will begin to resemble the Jazz again, if they haven't already. They've been performing pretty well under man. But this Nets team, a lot of the handicap comes from Kevin Durant. The coaching edge definitely goes to Quinn Snyder in this game. Steve Nash has been making some questionable in-game adjustments that his own fan base has been getting on him about over the last, I'd say, 10 to 20 games, okay? He's a first-year head coach. Second-year head coach, Steve Nash. Yeah, Steve Nash, man, there's a lot of pressure on this guy. They will replace Steve Nash without hesitating. I just want to say to everyone as well that's watching this, if either Doc Rivers or Steve Nash loses in the first round this year, they're done. 100%. No games played. They're fired. Someone tried to argue. I thought this was common sense, that this didn't even need to be said, but someone was telling me that it was trying to argue that with me. The other day I was just like, bro, they're out of here. Steve Nash, Doc Rivers. They're going to be looking for a new job if they don't win in the first round this year. So yeah, I give the edge to the damn. Why does my screen keep freezing? All right, everyone. My pick of the day is in the Mavs, the Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're going to get to this right now. Some interesting thoughts. Apologies, I just had to look at the live stream on the. You guys can still see me, right? Say yes in the live in the chat if you can still see me. My screen froze, but now it's working. I just want to make sure you can still see me in the chat. I just went on YouTube on my phone. Yeah, Raptors up. You guys see this right here? You guys see that right there? Yeah, Raptors up. Yeah, Nick Nurse. Got another phone case with Nick Nurse's logo on it. RaptorsShop.com is getting all my money. That's actually not a good thing to say. All right, you can see me. Let's continue. Moving on. Yep, here we go. T-Wolves versus Mavs, everyone. I'm not talking about the Houston versus about the Rockets Wizards game. I know they have some like better players than the Blazers Pistons game, but I just don't want to talk about that game. Sorry. Even though I do think the Rockets can compete at the half. If you're trying to, if you just really are on that game, I have Rockets first half circled. I'm not going to bet it though, because it's the Houston Rockets and they're absolute embarrassment to professional basketball. Kevin Porter Jr. yesterday. You just go look up what Kevin Porter Jr. did yesterday. It went viral. This man's not even running up the court, asking the coach to take him out the game. What's going on? What's going on? That's why the Cavs traded him. All right, everyone. My pick today, and I will put it on the screen for the non-English speaking listeners. Yeah. Okay. So we have a Minnesota Timberwolves team, hottest team in the league right now. They've won 9 out of 10 games. Good things coming out of the locker room from everybody. It's kumbaya. Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, they love each other. Chris Finch saying great things about his young locker room, saying that the maturity they're showing for their young team at this stage of the season. Usually when you have a team this young, there's ego. There are a lot of eccentric personalities in that locker room. Anthony Edwards, Patrick Beverley, D'Angelo Russell, Towns, a lot of these guys. But they're still performing very well. They're still coming together at the right time of the year. We have a Dallas Mavericks team led by Luka Doncic, obviously, who spazzed the other day individually against the Hornets, but it just wasn't enough. It's a bad scheduling spot playing the 76ers just the night before. They're on a L3 right now. They've lost 3 games in a row ATS. The Minnesota Timberwolves have won 4 games in a row ATS against the Heat, the San Antonio Spurs, the LA Lakers, and the Milwaukee Bucks, all in impressive fashion. Their schedule has gotten a bit easier as of late. Getting to play the Lakers, the Spurs, the OKC Thunder, and OKC twice and the Blazers twice. So don't forget that those 9 out of 10 games that they won, the Minnesota Timberwolves, 2 of them were against the Blazers, 2 of them were against the Thunder, and 1 of them against the Lakers. They lost to the Magic, okay? And then 1 of them was against the Spurs. Arguably the worst defenses in the NBA, okay? So if there's ever a sample size that's going to be a bit inaccurate, it's this one. It's this one. They're going up against a team in the Dallas Mavericks that had a somewhat difficult road trip. They're coming back home a bit refreshed. They're coming back home. They're a bit refreshed. To me, the Mavericks have the edge in this game, everyone. The public gives the edge to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and sometimes I do bet with the public. It's not a public or an against the public trend. I'm just noting that the public is going to be smashing the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight without hesitancy. But you have to look closer. Look at who they played while they've been the hottest team in the league. This Dallas Mavericks team can really, really clamp down. They're projected to get Spencer Dinwiddie back. Jalen Brunson is coming off of a bad game. He doesn't have 2 bad games in a row, everyone. I'm a big fan of this kid. He doesn't have 2 bad games in a row. You have a Luka Doncic that has performed very well against teams led by Karl Anthony Towns over the years. Dallas is going to win tonight, and they're going to cover -3.5. That's my pick of the day today. I like it a lot. I bet it earlier, and I'm very, very confident in this play. The pick and roll offense, the way Luka is able to play off the ball, they're not going to be able to guard him. They're going to have more firepower with Dinwiddie. I don't think the Mavericks are going to shoot as poorly tonight as they did against the Hornets. It was literally just Luka. The rest of the team, they cannot play that poorly again. I don't even think it's possible. But yeah, he should play this game off the bench. Brunson is projected to start. The last game for Spencer Dinwiddie was load management. It was injury management. Now they call it injury management, okay? Load management, I'm going to call it load management. That's what Spencer Dinwiddie did the other night against the Hornets. And it's funny because I gave the Hornets the edge that night because of the second night of the back-to-back. With rest, this Mavericks team, they're going to clamp down tonight. You know, you're seeing a really high total as well for a Mavs game, but it's because of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm calling a bluff. Just look. Like in the NBA, any win is valuable, okay? I'm not knocking a professional basketball team for getting a professional basketball win, but you have to look closer, everyone. I think this Mavericks team is going to be pissed off coming off 2 losses. Another thing, the Mavericks have not lost 3 games in a row since December 17th. December 7th. I'm sorry. There was a period of time between December 1st and December 7th when the Mavericks lost 3 games in a row. This page is ATS, so if it's bold, they covered, all right? But I'm going to go to that period, the money line period. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, see? They lost 3 in a row right here to New Orleans, Memphis, and Brooklyn, okay? This Minnesota team just played Milwaukee without Giannis. I forgot that when I just listed what I said. They played a Milwaukee team without Giannis. They played LeBron. They played the Lakers, paper mache defense. They played the Spurs. Good comeback win, though, against the Heat. Very impressive that night, okay? Very impressive. They lost to the Magic. They played the Thunder. They played Portland twice, smoked them. They played the Thunder again, okay? Before that, they're still trending as well. They did beat the Warriors. I have to go back and look and see how undermanned they were, and they did beat the Cavs. I actually cashed that night on the road with the Minnesota Timberwolves. But I'm going to go the other way tonight. I'm going to go the other way tonight and take the Dallas Mavericks pick of the day, everyone, -3.5. I do think Jalen Brunson is going to have a much better game tonight as well individually for the props bettors out there. That is it. I stayed for a pretty long time. Just want to get back into the swing of things. I know people were expecting more of a semblance of consistency, trying to be as consistent as possible right now. Appreciate everyone following. I appreciate everyone as well who subscribed to the Frenzy Sports, to the Frenzy newsletter. It's a premium newsletter. Let me take 1 second to explain it to everyone because it may be confusing the way I tweeted it out. If you are interested in that service, I'm writing a daily newsletter. All right. All you have to do is sign up with your email. 1 day a week, the picks are free on Wednesday. Every other day, if you're a paid subscriber, you get the picks sent directly to your email inbox with write-ups, with graphs. I'm giving you a write-up with every pick and graphs for all of my picks, for all of them. Okay. So this is just for people that want to take it a step further. Hit the link in the description below. You can, for the people that want to go paid, you can get the issue sent to you every day. For the people that just want to try the free one, put your email in the email mailing list, and you will get free picks sent to your email inbox every single Wednesday, free of charge. And then maybe you can upgrade to premium if you enjoy what you're reading, if you feel like you're missing out. I know this is a results-based business. So definitely try out at least the free tier. But I do want to shout out to everyone that had the belief that signed up for the paid tier yesterday. Just want to show you guys some love as well. And then my second service is via Patreon, Telegram. You can join my Telegram group. You get the same picks as the newsletter, the same exact picks as the newsletter every single day, but you get all of my live bets as well. NBA, baseball. If you guys remember, I had a very good run in baseball last season. I bet all North American sports plus, besides hockey really, plus soccer. Positive, long-term profitability in NBA, college basketball, college football. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know what I did in college football. Crushed the season in college football. NFL as well. College basketball, although I didn't dabble in the regular season as much. College football, though, I'm very, very strong in college football. MLB baseball, very, very strong in MLB baseball. So take 2 seconds to sign up below. If you want to join that premium Telegram, go ahead and get in there. I'm just taking some time to promote, give you guys a whole hour of live stream right now and my picks for today. Much love to everyone. I truly appreciate everyone. Yeah, I'm sharing my unit size as well, my unit sizing. But 100%, I hope you guys have a great, profitable, highly profitable week. Take it a step at a time. If you're playing parlays, maybe scale down the size of the money on the parlays. I'm not hating on the parlays either. I tweeted out last night some crazy stuff about the parlays. My best friends play parlays. I help them put their parlays together. You know, they help me. So there's definitely no shade being thrown to anyone because some of the people that I support the closest, they play parlays. What I'm saying with the parlays is that mathematically, you have to hit more often. Okay, you just have to hit more often. Long-term profitability. If you want to play parlays, if you're chasing that rush from the big hits, at least play those bets on straight bets. Sprinkle them as straight bets. You know, so you can recoup some of the losses if the parlay doesn't hit. Go on my timeline right now at My Guy Knows a Guy. Look at the reply to that tweet from last night. Someone shared their ticket of a parlay they played. I think they went 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7 on their parlay last night. All the odds were minus 110 or better, and one pick messed them up yesterday. If he straight betted all of them, let's say $100 on each of those straight bets, he'd be up $500-600 right now instead of losing the $100 that he put on the parlay. It's just math. You can't hate math. You can hate me. I don't care. I don't care if you hate me, but you can't hate math. You can't hate math. Okay. So I'll leave you guys with that. Dallas Mavericks minus 3.5 tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I might sprinkle something on the Mavericks to win by 11 plus in this game, plus 400 territory. That's the kind of night I'm going to have. As always, bet responsibly. 1 unit for me. We're going to have another profitable week this week, betting unit by unit, half unit by unit. We'll see everyone later. Tomorrow's NBA Betting Today live stream. I will have guests on this show. I can't wait to share it with everyone. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I need a drink of water. My throat is dry. Let's go Mavericks. Dallas, let's go.